Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to be starting day one of a 30-day challenge to read the Bible. I was gifted this journal, and it says Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says Yahuwah. So we're reading Genesis 1 and 1 through Genesis 16 and 16. And so it lets me have my favorite verses, something I knew I learned, and notes. So I'll be taking you guys along with me for accountability. And also, if you want to hear reading daily, this challenge is going to be difficult, but I have to find the time to do it because it is important. A pastor I really love, I call him my internet pastor, John Barnett. He says you need to read the Bible as many times as many years as you have of age to really get an understanding. And so that's what I'm going to be searching out. And I can do it if I do reading the Bible in 30 days. So I hope you come along with me, and I'll encourage you, if you want to take this challenge with me, I'll read some of them. You read maybe in the afternoon, at night, fit it in wherever you can. So yes, when I get to the genealogy, I know that I'll really have some struggles there. But let me continue. First, let me say, we thank you for another day, Father. Thank you for your grace and mercy, your loving kindness, your truth. We know that we can depend on you. We know that with you, all things are possible. Even reading the Bible, your word, in 30 days. I hope that you will give me the endurance and the strength to go through it. And anyone who wants to journey with me, in your holy name, in the name of your Son, Yahusha, we pray. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with Genesis 1. I'm going to read as much as I can till my kids wake up, till my voice gets hoarse. Hey, TT, good morning. Hopefully you can hear me. I know I'm talking low because I don't want my kids to wake up right now. But I'm going to be doing a challenge for 30 days trying to read the whole Bible, well, without the extra apocrypha books. And so, you're encouraged to come along with me. So Genesis 1 and 1, and this is from the Cipher. And so it just has the restored names, but it reads similar to the King James Version. It's more of a literal translation. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Ruach Elohim, that is just the Holy Spirit or the Spirit of Elohim, the Spirit of the Lord, moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And Elohim said, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Elohim made the expanse, and divided the waters which were upon the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And the expanse, I'm believing that's firmament in the King James Version. And Elohim called the expanse heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And Elohim said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth the rooster. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. My throat. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And Elohim said, let there be light in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night. Okay, I got to pause for my throat. Satan has been working this morning. I wanted to wake up at 6 this morning to get on here earlier. Now he's messing with my throat. And Elohim said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for appointed feasts and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars so. And Elohim set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open expanse of heaven. And Elohim created great dragons, and that is a marine or land monster, is what it says it translates to. Where am I? Gotta go back to where I was. This is the first day. I'm going to get it right. And every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly, and after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. And Elohim blessed them, and Elohim said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And Elohim said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, wherein there is life. I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. And Elohim saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And this evening and the morning were the sixth day. Let me take a break. My vocal cords are not trying to work today. Okay, then we're going to go to the second chapter. Oh, thank you everyone for being patient with me this morning. Let me get one more. My nose is itching. They say someone's talking about you. Your nose is itching. Okay. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he rested from all his work which Elohim created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that Yahuwah Elohim made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahuwah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahuwah Elohim formed the man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. And Yahuwah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yahuwah Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the ground, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. Is Pision, which compasses the whole land of Shavila, where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good. And the name of the second river is Gaichon. The same is that compasses the whole land of Cush, and the name is Gilgal. That it is that goes toward the east of Asher. And the fourth river is Perath. And Yahuwah Elohim took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to guard it. And Yahuwah Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat of it. For in the day that you eat thereof, you shall surely die. And Yahuwah Elohim said, it is not good that the man should be alone. It will make him, I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground Yahuwah Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto the man to see what he would call them. And whatsoever the man called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And the man gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for the man there was not found a helpmeet for him. And Yahuwah Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh, and said thereof, and the rib which Yahuwah Elohim had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And the man said, this is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of the man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his woman, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his woman, and were not ashamed. All right. 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, has Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it. Neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for Elohim knows that if you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as Elohim, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her man with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of Yahuwah Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his woman hid themselves from the presence of Yahuwah Elohim amongst the trees of the garden. And Yahuwah Elohim called unto Adam and said to him, Where are you? Where are he? And he, said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree whereof I commanded you that you should not eat? And the man said, The woman who you gave to me to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And Yahuwah Elohim said unto the woman, What is this that you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And Yahuwah Elohim said unto the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon your belly shall you go, and thus shall you eat all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. It shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise its heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow in your conception. In sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your man, and he shall rule over you. And unto Adam he said, Because you have hearkened unto the voice of your woman, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying, You should not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In sorrow shall you eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread to your return unto the ground. For out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and unto dust shall you return. And Adam called his wife's name because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also, and to his woman, did Yahuwah Elohim make coats of skin and clothe them. And Yahuwah Elohim said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore, Yahuwah Elohim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubim and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way of the tree of life. Okay, so I want to write down two notes in my little journal that Tina from Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden gave me. So something new I learned, or something I realized, is that the fig was the first tree that we know of mentioned. And then, let's see. I think that's it. Did I miss anything else? And so they did the fig leaves, they sewed it together, but they were clothed with coats of skin. I think everything else I'm pretty good on. Okay. And I'm realizing that the cherubim are the angels that guarded it. So let me see. Make sure I spell it right. Garden of Eden. Okay. I'm ready to go. 4 to 5. Okay. And Adam knew Shua, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain and said, I have gotten a man from Yahuwah. She again bore his brother Havel, so Cain and Abel. And Abel, was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahuwah. And Havel, he brought also of the firstling of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahuwah had respect unto Abel, Havel, and to his offering. But unto Cain he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, Why are you wroth? And why is your countenance? Will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door. And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, Abel Havel, his brother. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Havel, his brother, and slew him. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, Where is Havel, your brother? And he said, I know not. Am I to guard my brother? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto you her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall you be in the earth. And Cain said unto El Yahuwah, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, day from the face of the earth, and from your face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone who finds me shall slay me. And Yahuwah said unto him, Therefore whosoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahuwah set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahuwah, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his woman, and she conceived and bore Shanak. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Shanak. And unto Shanak was born Irad, and Irad begat Meshuael, and Meshuael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him two women. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Tisaiah. And Ada bore Yavel. He was a son of such as dwelt in tents, and of such have cattle. And his brother's name was Juval, and he was the father of all such as handle the harp and the flute. And Tisaiah also bore Thuval Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tuval Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his women Ada and Tisaiah, Hear my voice, ye women of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his woman again. She bore a son, and his name was Sheth. For Elohim, she said, has appointed me another seed instead of Havel, whom Cain slew. And to Sheth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enosh. Then began Enoch. Then began men to call upon the name of Yahuwah. I didn't realize that. Gotta write that verse. Genesis 4 and 26. Then began man to call upon Yahuwah. That's interesting. Okay. We're going to go to 5. Read until my eyes hurt, or till my voice cracks. This is a cipher of the generations of Adam, and I always have a hard time with names. In the day that Elohim created man, in the likeness of Elohim made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the name when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Sheth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Sheth were 800 years. And he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he lived. And Sheth lived 105 years, and begot Enosh. And Seth lived and begot Enosh 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Sheth were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and begot Kenan. And Enosh lived after he begot Kenan 815 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years. He died. And Kenan lived 70 years, and begot Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 60 and 5 years, and begat Yared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Yared 830 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Yared lived 162 years, and he begat Shanak. Actually, Shanak. That's actually Enoch. My apologies. That's not Enosh. And Yared lived after he begot Shanak 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Yared were 962 years, and he died. Shanak lived 60 and 5 years, and begot Methuselah. And Shanak walked with Elohim after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Shanak were 365 years, and Shanak walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him. So after 365, Enoch, Shanak, 365 years, and then he was taken up. Okay. I like that one. And Methuselah, I'm sorry. Yeah. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years. It's the prayer hour. That's what it's telling me. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Lamech lived 782 years, and begot sons and daughters. Yes. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begot a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yahuwah had cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 767 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, and Japheth. So Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them women of all which they chose. And Yahuwah said, My Ruach shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were Nephilim in the earth in those days, who also gathered afterward, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children unto them. The same became warriors and tyrants, which were from everlasting, mortal men of the. And Yahuwah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yahuwah repented that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahuwah said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowl of the air, for I repent that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and fit in his generations, and Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make you an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shall you make in the ark, and shall pitch it within. And this is the fashion which you shall make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. The windows shall you make to the ark, and in the cubit shall you finish it above, and the door of the ark shall you set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shall you make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. 3 stories, I didn't know that. 3 stories. And but with you will I establish my covenant, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your women, and your sons' women with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shall you bring into the ark, to keep them alive with you. That shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto you, to keep them alive, and take unto you of all food that is eaten, and you shall gather it to you, and it shall be for food for you and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that Elohim commanded him, so did he. And so the animals brought food for Noah and themselves. Okay, 7. And Yahuwah said unto Noah, Come you and all your house into the ark, for you have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast you shall take to you 7, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according to all that Yahuwah commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his women and his sons' women with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creeps upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the man and the female, as Elohim had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah, Shem, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's women, and the 3 women of his sons with them in the ark, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in, male and female of all flesh, as Elohim had commanded him. And Yahuwah shut him in, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the water prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life. And of all that was in the dry land died, and every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man, cattle, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the heavens, they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So 17th of the month, he went in ark, in 40 days and nights, and then 150 days. The waters were on the earth, and it was how high? 15 cubits high. I'm gonna run out of notes. Okay. Eight. And Elohim remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain upon heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the mountain seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which sent forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. And he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were upon the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days. Again he went forth the dove out of the ark, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and went forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dry. And Elohim spoke unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, you and your woman, and your sons women with you. Bring forth with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his women, and his sons' women with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creeps upon the earth, after their kind, went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto Yahuwah, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered a sending smoke offering on them. And Yahuwah smelled a sweet savor. And Yahuwah said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Okay. I didn't realize that the raven never came back. I thought it was just a dove. I hear people, so I'll try to read 9. But the challenge is actually to read through the whole Bible in 1 month. And so the challenge for today is Genesis 1 through Genesis 16 and 16. I've noticed that there was a 777 that happened there with Noah. 9. And Elohim blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and the fear of you and the shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat, and surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast which will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life. Whoso sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And Elohim spoke unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Elohim said, This is a sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you. For perpetual generations I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant which I made, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall be no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Elohim and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noah, This is a sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Japheth. And Shem is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Good morning. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Shem, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took garment upstairs, in his room, in the window. And Shem, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew his son had done what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahuwah Elohai of Shem, and Canaan, shall be his servant. And Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. I'll keep going, because I don't know when I'll have time later. So 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Yavan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Thirach. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Rithpath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Yavan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of other nations divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after the families in their nations. And of the sons of Ham or Sham, Cush and Mitzrayim, and Put and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, Kata, Rama, and Kavtaka. And the sons of Rama, Sheva, and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a warrior and a hunter in the earth. He was before Yahuwah. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the warrior hunter before Yahuwah. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. And out of that land went forth Asher, and built Nineveh, the city Rech Havoth, and Kelak, and Resen between Nineveh and the same is a great city. And Mitzrayim begat Ludium, and Anamiam, and Lahavim, and Pathrusium, and Caklachim, out of whom came Pelishtim, and Kaphtorim. And Kenaiam begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Sheph, and the Yevusi, and the Emori, and the Girgashi, so Girgashite Amorite. I'm not sure what the other one is. And the Shivite, and the Archaite, and the Sivnaite, and the Arvadin, and the Tisimari, and the Chamathian. And afterward were the families of the Canaan, so Canaanite, spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanim was from Sidon, and as you come to Gerah, unto Gaza, as you go unto Sedom, and Amorah, and Admah, and Tisabim, even unto Lesha. And these are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, Asher, Apakasad, Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uts, Shul, Gether, and Mash. And Arpakshad begot Shelach, and Shelach begot Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for his days on the earth divided. For in his days was the earth divided. And his name was Yoktan. And Yoktan begot Almodad, and Sheleph, and Shasar-maveth, and Yarak, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Dikla, and Oval, and Abimael, and Shiva, and Orphir, and Shavilah, and Yobab. And all these were the sons of Yoktan. And their dwelling was from Misha, as you go to Sephir, a mountain of the east. And these are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generation, in their nations, and by were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. This is 11. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto the heavens. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And Yahuwah came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men built. And Yahuwah said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. This they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained for them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So Yahuwah scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because Yahuwah did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did Yahuwah scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Now my computer's about to die. Let me plug it in. Okay, so many things going on today. All right. Where am I at now? Babel. I didn't even realize Babel was like babbling. Babel equals babble. Like a baby babbling. That's so funny. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old, and he begot Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begot Arpachshad 500 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Arpachshad lived 530 years and begot Shelach. And Arpachshad lived after he begot Shelach 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Shelach lived 30 years and begot Eber. And Shelach lived after he begot Eber 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begot Peleg. And Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begot Rui. And Peleg lived after he begot Rui 209 years and begot sons and daughters. And Rui lived 230 years and begot Sereg. And Rui lived after he begot Sereg 207 years and begot sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begot Nashar. And Serug lived after he begot Nachar 200 years and he begot sons and daughters. And Nashar lived 29 years and begot Tarak. And Nashar lived after he begot Tarak 119 years and he begot sons and daughters. And Tarak lived 70 years and begot Avram, Nashar, and Haran. So Avram is Abram, which was going to be, he'll become Abraham. Probably I'll read it today. Now these are the generations of Tarak. Tarak begot Abram, Nashar, and Haran begot Lot. And Haran died before his father Tarak in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nashar took them women. The name of Avram's woman was Sarai, and the name of Nashar's woman, Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Yitzchak. But Sarai was barren, she had no children. And Tarak took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Avram's woman, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldeans, of the Chaldees must be, and to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Tarak were 205 years, and Tarak died in Haran. 12. Now Yahuwah had said unto Avram, your country and from your kindred and from your father's house unto a land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless you, and curse him that curses you, and in you shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as Yahuwah had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his woman, and Lot his brother's son, and all of their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanim was with them was then in the land. Canaanites speak. And Yahuwah appeared unto El Abram and said, Unto your seed will I give this land. And there built he an altar unto Yahuwah, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bet El, and pitched his tent, having Bet El on the west, and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar unto Yahuwah, and called unto the name of Yahuwah. And Abram journeyed going on still toward Negev. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Mitzrayim to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Mitzrayim, that he said unto El Sarai, his woman, Behold now, I know that you are a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Mitzrayim shall see you, that they shall say, This is his woman, and they will kill me, but they will save you alive. Say, I pray you, you are my sister, that it may be well with me for your sake, and my soul shall live because of you. And it came to pass that when Abram was come unto Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, I want to say, the Mitzrayim beheld the woman that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and he asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels. And Yahuwah plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's woman. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that you have done unto me? Why did you not tell me that she was your woman? Why said you, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to be my woman. Now therefore, behold your woman, take her and go your way. And Pharaoh commanded his men away, and his woman, and all that he had. We're going to go to 13. And Abram went up out of Mizraim, he and his woman, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the Negev. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the Negev even to Bet El, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bet El and Ai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of Yahuwah. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could. And there was a strife between the herdsmen of Abram's cattle and the herdsmen of Lot's cattle, and the Canaanim and the Perizzites. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray you, between me and you, between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself, I pray you, from me. If you will take the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if you depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld the circle of the Yarden, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yahuwah destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of Yahuwah, like the land of the Mitzrayim, as you come unto Tesor. Then Lot chose him all the circle of the Yarden, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the circle of the Yarden, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. And the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Yahuwah exceedingly. And Yahuwah said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now your eyes, and look from the place where you are northward and southward, and eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, to you will I give it, and to your seed forever. And I will make your seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall your seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto you. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the place of Mamre, which is in Chevron, and built there an altar unto Yahuwah. 114. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Aryak, king of Elakar, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, entitled king of nations, that these made war with Bera, king of Sedom, and of Bersha, king of Amorah, Shanav, king of Admah, and Shimmeber, king of Tesivium, and the king of Bela, which is Tasar. All these were joined together in the valley of Siddim, which is the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Kedoromer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Kedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Raphaim and Asheroth, Karnavim, and Zuzium in Shem, and Emim in Shaveth, Kiriathayim, and the Shemorim in the Mount Seir unto Al Paran, which is in the wilderness. And they returned and came to Ain Mishpah, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekim, which is the Amalekites, and also the Amorim that dwelt in Shasar Tamar. And they went out the king of Sedom, and the king of Amorah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Tesavim, and the king of Bela, the same is Tesir, and they joined battle with them in the valley of Siddim, with Kedorlaomer, the king of Elam, Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Aryak, king of Elakar, 4 kings with 5. And the valley of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sedom and Amorah fled, and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sedom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the ivory, that for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre the Emorite, brother of Eshcol, and the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants born in his house, his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Shovah. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. And the king of Sedom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Kedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him, and at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's valley. And Malchijah, king of Shalem, or Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of El Elyon. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abram of El Elyon, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be El Elyon, which hath delivered your enemies into your hand. And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sedom said unto El Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to yourself. And Abram said to the king of Sedom, I have lifted up my hand unto El Yahuwah, El Elyon, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is yours, lest you should say, I have made Abram rich. Take only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, Mamre. Let them take their portion. 15. After these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto El Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am your shield, and your exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Adonai Yahuwah, what will you give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, Behold, to me you have given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is my heir. And behold, the word of Yahuwah came unto him, saying, This shall not be your heir, but he that shall come forth out of your own generation shall be your heir. And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward the heavens, and count the stars, if you be able to number them. And he said unto them, So shall your seed be. And he believed in Yahuwah, and he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am Yahuwah that brought you out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give you this land to inherit it. And he said, Adonai Yahuwah, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? And he said unto him, Take me a heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that your seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. And you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried in an old age, but in the 4th generation they shall come hither again. The iniquity of the Amorim is not yet full. And it shall come to pass that, when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace, and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. And in the same day Yahuwah cut a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto your seed have I given this land, from the river of the Mitzrayim unto the great river, the great Parath, the Ken-Neviim, and the Kenazim, and the Kadmonium, and the Shittim, and the Perizim, and the Raphaim, and the Amorim, and the Canaanim, and the Girgashite, and the Uvisium. Okay, so I guess it's my time to end. The children have finally come down. So I just actually have to read the rest of 16. It said 16 and 16, but there's no 16 and 16. So if you want to do the challenge along with me, we'll just be reading the 16th chapter sometime today during the day, and then we'll resume tomorrow. I may kind of cheat and read a little extra. But yeah, definitely write down some of your favorite scriptures, something you learned, or some notes. And have a good day and be blessed. All right. Good morning. Okay. Bye.